Welcome back to beating Elden Ring with all 402 weapons, and today's weapon is another Twitch channel point to redeem, and the chosen weapon was Mohgwyn's Sacred Spear. Mohgwyn's Sacred Spear is my 10th Great Spear out of 10 in this series, so that means Great Spears are officially done after this run, and it's my 6th fully completed weapon class out of 39. You can get it at Roundtable Hold after defeating Mohg the Lord of Blood. It has a very famous unique weapon skill Bloodburn Ritual. It has multiple parts, it's full fire damage, and it inflicts blood loss buildup. The weapon skill also leaves a flat fire damage buff for the weapon, and the weapon itself has split physical and fire damage, also inflicts blood loss, is non-infusible, and scales with strength, dex, and most importantly arcane. We will do this run in New Game Plus, and I chose my Beast Claw save file for the prep. Mohg was naturally dead already in this save file, so we start by duping the Remembrance and grabbing the weapon and the ropes immediately. When we cosplayed Mohg's brother Morgott, we used the Curseblade mask, which I liked, so I figured I could use it again in this run. After getting everything else the Curseblade can drop, we eventually get the helmet too. Then I grabbed Warrior Char to be able to use it in the beginning and get Shard of Alexander later in New Game Plus. And lastly, I respect for better stats, sold everything in my inventory as always before my New Game Plus runs, and just like that, we were ready to start the actual run. For new viewers, here are the rules of the challenge. But now, sit back and enjoy the show. Lots of healing today, yes. Mohgwyn's Sacred Spear. Well, the build will be heavily tied to the weapon skill for sure. Warrior Charm, Lob later when we can, Ritual Sword, Fire Scorpion Charm, I guess. Oh. So there's definitely some stance damage at least. We got a stagger there. Obviously that's just a regular enemy, so much easier to stagger than bosses. But I do wonder if Stone Barb would make any sense. Of course, if I do get stance breaks, that's amazing for the skill because it's really slow. I do hope we have a lot of hyper armor because with the skill, because it's just really slow to do the full thing. Believe it or not, I have never actually used this weapon before. Oh, what the... Well, I was knocked out right there. What the fuck, that was loud. Scared the shit out of me, actually. I don't know how good this will be against, like, aggressive major bosses. Also, shut up, Kenneth. I don't actually like the Curseblade mask with Mohg cosplay. It was kind of perfect for Morgott, but it just feels off with this. We are definitely changing to white mask later. I'm trying very hard to not have any pre-assumptions about this weapon. It's always better when I don't think about it too much. But it's kind of hard with a weapon like this, which is like very famous. Also with Aptopes. Time to upgrade this to +4. Ding 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 ding. Very nice. Alright, now what? We have the first talisman, we have +4. I guess physic tiers. What do I even have currently? I do have fire tier already. Why? I guess because of green burst. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we could do fire green burst. I feel like stone barb might be... Yeah, I think I need, or at least one stone barb. If I can get any staggers, it will be very, very helpful for the skill. I wonder whether it's like even better to start with like charge heavies and build some stance damage first. Because of course, if the boss is staggered, it'll be easier to use the skill. Let's get stone barb. The rankings are about how much fun I had and not fully about what is the best of the best weapon. I'm not necessarily saying that Gravel Zone Steel is a better weapon than Bloodfiend's Arm. I'm just saying I had more fun with it. And the weapon skill already does so much more damage than... Jesus. That melee hits. Even if we can't bleed. I don't know how I survived that. Yeah, it's really stamina heavy though. I burned through my stamina bar fully there when I used the weapon skill, so that's that. Can be quite dangerous as you saw. Oh shit, I didn't see properly. I do have green burst already, that's the thing. Yeah, also just... What are you... 4 times, that's crazy. Doesn't seem to have... I wonder how good is the hyper armor actually. Should be 114 free poise. Okay. Yeah. That is okay. But for a skill like that, I would even almost hope super armor. I guess it would make it too OP. I really want to keep fire tier, but is it green burst or stone barb is the question, because it is like super stamina consuming to use the full skill. Let's start with stone barb though. I can level entrance now, I guess. Well, let's try March. Nice. I got the stagger, which was very good. I'm just scared to use the weapon skill again. That's another bleed though. How good is the range with the AoE? Not that good. I can always also just use the first ball, which doesn't take as long. Just testing the weapon skill as well. Okay, range isn't bad, but... So I can either do just one and roll... Or I can do 2 and roll... Or... I can do 3 and roll... Wait, what? Isn't there also... Is there a 4th one then? No, or you can just hold the 3rd one longer if you want. Interesting. Yeah, DLC will be tricky with the weapon skill, that's for sure. This thing, honestly, would maybe work so much better with like Iron Char Aromatic and like a tank build, basically. When I start fighting the more aggressive bosses, I'll be knocked out of the skill quite easily. We can get a second talisman. I mean, lava would be the best, but I can't get lobby yet. Thinking Fire Scorpion Charm. Yeah, that'll lower my physical damage negation even more. Yeah, I wonder how much better this was before the nerf. I'd imagine quite a bit. Because even I know how popular this weapon was. Although I didn't really watch any videos about it, or I've never tried before this. Bleed buildup was more than double, yeah, that sounds kinda nutty. Alright, let's see how Godrick goes. Damn it, that really reaches me. Yeah, like how am I going to use the skill without getting knocked out of it? Most of the time. Like there we go, that was obviously very good, but that's a super rare opportunity to actually use the weapon skill without getting interrupted. Yeah, okay, well, that's Nick plus Margit and Godrick out of the way. It'll be easy to say things about the damage from now on anyways. But I still just use the skill pretty much and just sometimes only use the first or second path. It's also quite FP hungry if I do that. It's a bit problematic. Also watch this. At least easy game for babies. Well, it might be another Radagon's Great Rune Day actually. I think I need Vig, Entrance and mine, but we'll see. We'll start with this for sure. Get Zombie 5 and 6 and upgrade before Radahn. Yeah. It is still very good in situations like that, I guess. Yeah, okay, the staggers are very, very helpful, like look at that. Yes. I think Storm Barb was a really good idea. Just gotta be careful with Storm Barb as well, because obviously only lasts for 30 seconds. Starting to have more faith. +6. Very nice. How's the Bloodlust build up? Well, I guess this Bloodlust build up over here doesn't really tell much. The weapon skill has different values, I guess, or I don't know how it works. I'm leveling Mind now, honestly. Oh yeah, pre-nerf it was 100% of all three. Yeah, okay. But now first button press 40% of listed, second button press 50% of listed, and third press is 60% of listed bleed. But do you know how the third one works? Because you can either kind of charge the third one or decide to roll out a little bit earlier. Hit stall of 10 times. Early roll cancels one hit, yeah. The last animation does seem to take forever. So I honestly wonder whether it's worth it to mostly just use the skill 3 times and then roll out before you do them. Or a farming last bit of animation. No big boy Radahn. Let's see, he does have some big openings. With good RNG at least. This one is an excellent attack actually. Okay, well, there was one attack basically. Can we get a stagger? Oh, just kill. Okay, well, nice. There we go. I think now we're online. It's always kind of hard to say with New Game Plus Margit and Godrick. That was quite a bit different. Holy. Well, that was good RNG as well. I got the right attacks from Radahn. And yeah, I was able to... I got hit once there. But it didn't matter. It was a good thing that I didn't get knocked out of the skill. So yeah, that was good. And that was a +6 with 2 talismans in New Game Plus. White Mask I'm gonna get right now though. Oh yeah, I forgot I could have got it earlier. Well, it's fine. I could have actually got it straight off the Godrick. Let's first get Richer Sword, I guess. Good try, Gilligan. You almost got me. Mosh. Just gonna do a random test against this random Night Scout. Okay. How did that not reach? I wonder. Yeah, that's the thing. If the boss is any aggressive, it might be kinda hard to actually use the skill. Yeah, you'll die. You'll either get knocked out of the skill or you'll die. Well, there goes Deadless, I guess. That was rather stupid. To get the most out of this, I think you really want a tank build, not cosplay Mohg build. Actually, look at the strike damage negation with gauntlets and the greaves. 0.1 and 0.3. That's funny. It's like nothing. Also only 0.9 with the mask. I don't know about bull goat gauntlets and legs, but I'm honestly considering getting better gauntlets and greaves. Okay. There we go. Better. I can buy Radahn's, like base game Radahn's versions. Those are pretty good, and I can just easily buy them right now. Yeah, there we go. 48 points right now, and much better physical damage negation. Yeah. It doesn't seem to stun NPCs that well. Yeah, I'm gonna start the skill a little bit earlier this time. Much better. There we go. There's the white mask, but we won't kill Mohg just yet. There's no reason. I guess we are ready to challenge Gideon next, actually. Alright, let's see how this goes. Surely he won't wake up when I do this. Trent does nothing for the skill, okay. Yeah. I kinda figured. It would be useful for the melee pokes if I did any, or if I did use any. That's of course good, but... oh. But I'm dead. Yeah. Panic rolled a bit there. Actually died to DDS as well. It really is quite complicated. Simply just can't spam the skill. You'll die if you do that. That's actually a bad stun. Okay, that was much better now that I was more careful. You gotta actually pick your skill openings wisely. It's a good skill, of course, but it isn't as free as I thought it would be. I guess this weapon would have been nice to get before DLC, just like the... Why do I always forget the name of the weapon? I just keep saying Bubble Boy weapon, but I always forget the real name of the weapon. That one I used just before the DLC release. That was stupidly overpowered before DLC, but then it got nerfed to the ground pretty much. Invoice Longhorn, yeah. This is one of the weapons that would have been nice to use back then, but oh well. How about Goldfrey? I don't know if I can use this skill much here, we'll see. Bruh. He did not do the thing. Such. Just wasted my storm bar pretty much. Damn. Damn. Fuck. Right. Yeah. Just trying to time the stagger to happen with the weapon skill bomb. That plan did not work out. I mean, I know Godfrey can't bleed, but my weapon skill is still dealing more damage than melee hits. There we go. This is what I tried to do earlier. See, the damage is obviously very good as well. It's just not just the bleed. Well, of course, it's tricky to use the weapon skill here because how aggressive Goldfrey is. And because he'll break your stance. There we go. Yeah, the key would be to stagger with the weapon skill itself. that helps so much against aggressive bosses. You wanna build up some stance damage by using melee hits first, and then use the weapon skill and stagger with that. Fourth talisman though. A lob for sure actually, yeah. Wow, my physical damage negation is like really shit because I keep getting 2-tapped by like anything. This random omen as well just fucked me up. Well, that was not enough to kill Esker. I did not see that right away blast. Oh, there we go. Much better. It's kind of a high risk, high reward against NPCs. It can do that, but if you get bad RNG, the NPC can definitely, like almost any NPC can kill me before I kill them, depending what they do. At least against Morgott here, should melt, I guess, with the shackle. Oh, you went for that. I should have maybe just used shackle twice. Oh well. Well, there we go. Now that was good. Yeah, this range, I think this is like the max range you get from this weapon. But I'm glad I was able to hit him fully from all the way over there. I wonder whether I should just get more Vig at this point, honestly. I think so. I'm dying a lot. To the mountain tops, I guess. Weapon is at +6 right now, but before the next boss we'll do +9. +9. And time for Fiery Giant. Sadly, I probably won't be able to proc Blob and White Mask here. Maybe in second phase if I get super lucky. But yeah, we'll see. At least he's slow, so we can use the skill a lot, hopefully. Damn. Oh yeah, I should have rolled out of that. I was trying to spam my horse instead. That might have not been the best idea against him. Maybe I should have used melee hits first. Okay. Ah, fuck. I thought I'm not gonna get hit there. That was stupid. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. It's just here as well. It's kind of tricky to use the weapon skill, and the melee hits really aren't doing that much damage. I mean, I guess it's fire damage, but still. Now I'm out of FP, of course, right when I get the stagger. Oh well. Like, yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't anything special. Like, I've done so many better fire giant kills, actually. I have mixed feelings about the weapon. It can be very, very good in certain situations, but it isn't even super strong against some of the major bosses. Against the next boss, I have a feeling that this will be okay. It's been nerfed a lot of years, but I mean, I definitely still thought that, well, it is still strong. I just had a different image in my head about this weapon. Like, what it was able to do against Radahn was obviously super strong, and what it can do against, like, smaller mobs, it's still very good for, like, group control. But against anything that is aggressive and hits hard, and doesn't get flinched easily, it isn't as good as many other options. Yeah, one cycling Godskin Duo in my runs is, like, super rare. There's still only one cycle Godskin Duo, right? Dancing Blade for now. Or was there another one recently? There's been some close calls. Okay, let's do this. We'll definitely hit them at the same time. Should be able to get crazy damage anyways, even if we can't one cycle. Shit. Yeah, that's kind of perfect, actually. That double stagger was very satisfying, also very well timed. Otherwise I would have got hit then. Yeah, nice. I was able to kill both at the same time, which was cool. I was worried for a moment, but then the stagger helped me. But also, because it takes forever if you do the full thing, to be able to use the skill twice fully takes quite a bit of time, so yeah, there's like no way to actually one cycle. Now we can get Shard of Alexander as well. Oh, did I not get the grace? Oh, I did. Nice.
One hit after that.
I wonder if I could hit the magma bomb from here. Maybe. Without getting hit myself. No. Yeah, he can still hit me through that, and I didn't even reach him. Were I hitting him? Was I? I did not see any damage. Oh. Bruh. Yeah. I forgot it's full fire damage. The Winged Great Horn, huh? That one was better than I remembered. I think this might hit them both. God damn, will I even get one cycle? Does like the exact right amount of damage. I got his noble then. And also against Apostle, because yeah, I didn't kill them too quickly. I did! Did I? Yes, I... But it was quick enough. It was weirdly the perfect amount of damage. Surely we can use the skill here. That will work like a charm. Nice. There we go. Slight improvement. Wonder whether it's time for Radagon's Great Rune. Decent. That's plus 10. And now finally Mali. Should be able to cheese him, I guess.
Destined death. I will not be stolen.
How does that not reach? Damn. And that hits me, yeah. Great. Great stuff. This isn't quite working as well as I thought. The first one hit so well, and now I'm not hitting at all. Sad. Okay, that works out, I guess. Stagger perhaps. Would be nice. There we go, nice. Very well timed stagger. I thought I did the full thing, but I didn't actually. Anyways, GG's, I guess. Alright, this has potential against Gideon. Let's see how it goes.
To become
Is that enough range? It is indeed. Fuck yes, okay. At least a very satisfying Gideon kill. Let's see how Godfrey goes. Good Orange. Thank you for letting me do that. Yeah, that was decent. No! Pling! Could have been perfect if I didn't get the stagger there. But instead, the start of the second phase. Damn. Damn. That's such. Yeah, that wasn't bad, especially in first phase, holy shit, but there was potential for more. I should have not done a charge of him. I was trying to build enough poise to get the stagger immediately at second phase, but I ended up doing too much, and the phase transition ate the stagger, sadly. Still not bad. Okay, now Rada Beast will be interesting, because can't bleed either of them. Still, the weapon skill should be pretty good against Radagon, I guess, since it's fire damage. And also Elden Beast is just slow, but I should maybe get like green turtle. Yeah, let's change Slob to green turtle and go with Char because it's funny. Oh, good, aren't you? Sort of. Ah, I doubt I can jump down in time. This works too, I guess. I failed to get the stagger here for some reason. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, not that great here. Which makes sense, I guess. Will this hit? Oh, that did. Nice. Just when I don't have mana. Just gonna use the full skill and not the boss for fun. Boo! Nope. Didn't mean to do that. Error kill. No. Still maybe. Nah, too late. Oh shit. There we go. Yeah. Not super strong against Elden Beast. Also a bit of a disappointment against Radagon, honestly, but I guess the bleed is the strongest thing about this weapon and couldn't bleed either of them, so it makes sense. Well, that's 60 weak. I still think I maybe should change the Radahn's Great Rune actually. Well, let's kill Mohg at least first. Time for Mohg versus Mohg. Ultimate Niall battle. I do have a shackle and he doesn't. Maybe it's not entirely fair fight. Oh shit. The base damage is actually quite low. Damn it. Let's do that and shackle again, I guess. Damn it. Good thing I can use this from range as well. Yeah, I kind of forgot again that it's full fire damage. So of course the base damage is actually going to suck here. No! Should have used the tier, I guess. Can you even... Can you even get one cycle with this weapon? Don't think it's possible, at least not with my build. Maybe with some buffs. But the weapon skill is full fire damage. And he has 80% fire resist, so... Base damage was like really low. Doesn't seem possible. No. Almost got him killed. Oh, well. Almost indeed. And he's not gonna even die. Yeah, I should have not went for the... Niall finish. I would have won if I just went for R1. Had to go for the cinematic finish. Damn, I have to go for the Niall finish, but now it's risky again. Please get the bleed. There we go. Nice. Oof. Had to do it. Yeah, actually, surprisingly enough, this was a shitty weapon against Mohg. Well, it's not really surprising if you just remember that the weapon skill is full fire damage, for fuck's sake. For some reason I thought that the bleed will just melt him, but the bleed is not enough alone. I think I want to get 54 strength without Godrick's Great Rune and then just swap to Radahn's. I don't know how DLC will go. All of the DLC bosses are so damn aggressive and hit so hard. Well, once again good potential against Rellana. She's highly bleedable for sure. I need to time the stagger very well, but also just have enough mind and endurance when the phase transition happens to be able to immediately use the weapon skill there. See how it goes. Might need to do some melee attacks here. Also go back to Lob. Didn't even use Lob against Mohg. Fuck, I forgot. I forgot to change after Reda Beast. Ah. Yeah. Damn it. Keep failing the dodges. Wow. Wow, do I seriously suck this bad? Okay. That was pretty good, I guess. Stagger happened. It's a bit of an awkward moment though. How did I strafe that? That was cinema at least. And we got to see the moons. Yep. Well, first try. Wasn't the smoothest fight though, but that works out. Big second phase, yeah. First phase was a bit messy. I wonder if 80 Arcane would have made a difference. Probably not a big difference. 60 is quite a lot. Get cheesed, idiot. Once again, I'm impaling Leda. Fantastic.
You must have
Once again, anything that gets flinched by the Asher Fire will still get melted. They have no chance. But most major bosses, almost all major bosses, won't get flinched by it.
The nature of your kind, I am certain, will always show itself.
Great angle. Thank you, Miyazaki, for allowing this. Yeah, I have no comments. Instantly lost like 10 viewers with that death. That actually makes me happy. Indeed, Brock. If they aren't strong enough for the gravity deaths, they don't belong here. Oh, 13k with basically one weapon skill is obviously very good. Messmer, I'll try the skill, but I'm scared that this will... Yeah, I'm scared that this won't work. With melee, I would be just fine, but I'll try to use the skill. That's the fun part. Not even close. I was kinda hoping for a stagger. But I didn't get it. Okay. There it is. Yeah, but Messmer doesn't stay down for that long. Gets up super quickly, actually. Damn. Almost got the finishing there. No. Okay. I mean, yeah. That wasn't terrible, but also not super OP or anything like that. Of course, fire damage against Messmer. I'm excited to see the damage against Romina. She's, of course, weak to fire, but also Romina is super bleedable. A classic. What? Okay, I'm not gonna do that angle anymore. We're gonna climb that ladder one more one more time, it seems. About that. Why did I do that differently than usually? That's not the jump I usually make. Well, one more time. This is quite ladder-yes. Wow, 4K with just one pot is kinda crazy though, I gotta say. He's quite big to fire though, I think. If I could only use the full skill. Should have maybe used some charge arrays to pull some poise first. Oh, I guess here. Please give me a stagger as well. Yes. Now. Okay, well. 23k damage with one Asher Farm. Can I honestly say that that is a letdown? No, I can't. Well, that's the thing, like, it needed perfect circumstances there as well. I had to have enough stance damage built up so I could stagger with the weapon skill itself to be able to actually fully use it. Also, I needed the perfect attack from Gaius so he wouldn't be able to knock me out of it. Like, yeah. As I've said many times, the weapon skill isn't actually that free, but if you can use it fully without either getting knocked out or dying, it obviously melts. Still melts. This weapon kind of requires a tank build, actually. What you want to do is get like super high defenses, actually. And also just poise. Maybe even iron char. And then it's still quite a free weapon, I guess. Like you can go in against any boss and just spam L2 pretty much and win. Alright. Yeah, Romina. If the damage was that good against Gaius, it could be excellent here. I'm actually surprised how how good the damage was against Gaius. Alright, let's see. What the actual fuck? That was the sloppiest Romina start I've ever seen. I'm wasting my Thorn Barb as well, okay. Great. Yeah, once again over 5k with just one. Tricky part is to use multiple. Yeah, good damage, but once again, how could I use the full thing? I need a stagger, I guess. Instant bleed proc with just one charge heavy as well. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, the damage is so high, I wanna see if I can get a better fight. With a little bit better RNG and just better stars. I need a stagger in the beginning and then I wanna see how much damage I can do with one fully loaded Ashafar here. Yeah, I mean, that was good damage, but I really would have needed the stagger to happen with the weapon skill itself to be able to actually use it fully, because I still wasn't able to use it fully there. Well, I guess there at the end I was able to see over 16,000 damage while she was dying. Yeah, good damage of course. Wasn't able to use the full thing. Which would be like, that's the most fun part about this weapon, when you can use the full Azure form. It can go extremely hard, but very tricky against DLC bosses and against some base game bosses too. Nothing. So sad. This could be pretty good here. If I can keep Dane's dirty feet away from me.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare. Oh shit. How did I mess that up? That was actually too much damage, but not enough. Wow, I almost killed Leda there on accident.
I'm sorry for speaking to you as a compatriot.
Interesting. No. I haven't really admired the visuals enough. It's obviously a very cool visual. And it's a cool weapon overall. I just... yeah, I obviously knew about this weapon in advance. I knew what it looks like. I knew what the Ashafar looks like. That didn't come as a surprise to me or anything. Unlike most weapons, actually. I would say with like most weapons, before I used them, I had not seen any footage of them. Now, Consort is tricky. I wanna use the weapon skill or try the weapon skill, but it's probably a bad idea here. Probably a really bad idea here, actually, but I still wanna try to make it work. So here we go. I mean, I can use the first part quite freely, I guess. And if I could get a stagger... Well, freely and freely, but sometimes I can use the first part without getting hit. Damn. Guess I could have nihiled the... just tanked the hit. I maybe should have done that. Too late. Hey, that's my attack. You stole it. Damn it. Anything but this attack here. Well, that might work still. Yeah, there we go. That was the only opportunity that when I was able to actually use the weapon skill more than just one heal. And it was very good. Skipped the meteorite and everything. So definitely not bad. Once again, high damage with weapon skill there. I just kind of wish I would have committed like a super tank build from the very start. If you can tank some shit, you can still get really high damage with weapon skill. But that ain't so easy because how slow it is. Well, that's the DLC done. Now I do wanna see it against Malenia. I'm curious. I'm really curious to see. Might not need Bewitching Branches today. Yep. Well, for the very least, scripted Niall completely. Nice. That made me happy.
You must.
The skill should work pretty well against these fuckers, so yeah, suck on that. It is really cool, Asherfar. It's just the fact how overused this weapon and Asherfar is. Yeah, that kind of gets negative points for cool aspects in my eyes. I don't know if that makes any sense, but when you have seen something being done over and over again, it stops being as cool. Like if I would have never seen this weapon before, if somehow I would have missed out on this, I would have thought, wow, this is a very cool Asherfar. Also, makes raiding some of the weapons kind of unfair, because I honestly think it's better if I don't have any knowledge of the weapon beforehand. Or if I have, it's like limited. Oh, I don't have rune arcs. Well, whatever. It's just Loretta, right? Could never die to her. You gotta be fucking kidding with me. Where's your face transition? Nah, you do it on time, of course. Well, that was much better. It's overhyped. I would actually agree. Nowadays, it's far from the strongest weapon in the game. Alright, good potential here, but also it's gonna be so dangerous. Like, she's gonna 2-tap me. But surely easy first try. Decent start off the bat. Are we doing it already? Now we are. I'm fine with that hit. Decent fast phase. The range is so useful, actually. I underestimated how good the range is here. Like how helpful that is. Shit. Again, it's crazy. Shit, it didn't reach. Wow. No! Yes, sir. Okay. Still got it first try. It wasn't simple in second phase, I gotta say. First phase was much easier because she wasn't as aggressive. In second phase, she also hybrid armored so much. How many clone attacks was that? At least 3. Was it even 4? Well, obviously good damage here, but wasn't perfect second phase. Not even close. Pretty cool first phase though. I'll take it. I'll definitely take first try. There we go. Time to rate it. Quite interesting run. Once again, maybe the biggest thing why this didn't feel as good was just the fact that I already knew about this weapon a lot. So like I had expectations for this and they weren't fully met. If this somehow was my first introduction to the weapon completely, I would have been quite amazed by some parts and would have been like, oh my god, that's insane damage. And yeah, it was capable of producing very good damage at times. Just not as free of a weapon as I thought. I honestly thought that all I need to do is L2, not worry about a thing. Yeah, it was nerfed. Of course, it would have looked quite a bit different probably if I used this before the nerf. Would get higher rating, but it is what it is. Nothing will drop my beloved Envoys Longhorn from here. I have fond memories. Those shall not be tainted. But yeah, it's not S tier. It's actually not S tier, as I definitely thought it would be. Does it even reach A tier is the question, actually. Funny enough, it was in a way similar to Cranial Vessel Candlestand, which is here. Bottom of A tier. But with Cranial Vessel Candlestand, I didn't know much about it, the weapon, so it surprised me and I had a lot of fun. And I actually committed a full-on tank build from the beginning, which made the build work a bit better. Also, there might be some differences in terms of hyper armor. There probably is. I think it's like either low A tier or B+. I did like high B+ weapons quite a lot. There were some incredible moments with this, I gotta say. So I think I still want to say A tier. Yeah. Yeah, even a lot of inconsistencies, I agree. But still I want to say low A tier. But thanks a lot for today. It was a pleasure as always. That was a fun stream. A long one again.